Arif, you're a contractor. You've worked in the construction space for a long time. You've been associated with technologies. What's your view? Do you feel that construction industries moving ahead to adopt technologies as a general broad stroke statement? What's been happening in the last year and a half during COVID-19? Has there been more extensive evaluation? We've seen less project activity in some of these areas, but how's your read on this?
I like very much, Phil, that you coupled the question with what happened during COVID, because that's a big transition. And the impact will be realized very soon. Definitely, it's we're only behind. We're only ahead of agriculture when it comes to digital transformation. We're one of the worst digital transformed industry in the world as construction. The norms haven't been improving for the last 50 years, while in manufacturing and other industry, it doubled the productivity in norms. So definitely, as an industry, we've been behind. And like BIM is an example, what James said, BIM is the third industrial revolution technology, not fourth. It's been there since the 70s. And now we preach that we have adopted BIM at large. This should have been, as an industry, adopted a long time. So definitely we've been behind historically. What we've seen in the last few years before even COVID is the fourth industrial revolution being adopted at slow pace in our industry. For the region, given that CTF now is for KSA, for the region, we've seen something new in the last few years. The region has been more adopting Western technology. We see now, on top of which our wake up, of course, a technology that's being incubated from the region. So that's, I think, big thing. We cannot underestimate, Phil, in how this will help us transform the industry in our region. Second, the COVID-19 made us believe, like any other industry, that whenever we must do something, we can do it. So we can see far more receptive approach to a fourth industrial revolution in the construction industry. We're much more hopeful, but still there's long way for construction to go to adopt. One last thing here, Phil, construction is far more complex than any other industries, or most of the industries. I mean, you cannot have a genius guy in Silicon Valley creating something like Uber, and suddenly they disrupt the construction and you wake up and see bridges being built alone. It's far more complex than that. That's why we bring the approach of committee, domain knowledge, and startup, putting them together to bridge the gap between these two. Construction, again, is very traditional, it's very complex, but we're very hopeful that with COVID-19 and the incubation of technology in the region, we see a big transformation very soon.